Welcome back, students. In continuation with the class series, online class series, that is 12th biology, lesson number 3 and human reproduction. And we have talked about in our previous videos about the structure of the male reproductive system. That is the very first part of the human fertilization events, which is we are dealing up with gametogenesis. And the very first phase of gametogenesis is the production of the gametes, and for that we have already studied about the structure of the male reproductive system. Now today we are going to talk about actual gametogenetic process in human males. So when we are talking about this, the process of gametogenesis in human males is known as spermatogenesis. The word spermato is derived from the word spermatozoon, and genesis is production, to form, to produce. So here the word spermatogenesis means the production of the spermatozoon. Spermatozoon means the sperms, which are the male gametes. So we can say that spermatogenesis is a process of production of sperms in human males. So now we are going to study in detail the structure or the process of spermatogenesis in human males. And already I have told you all that about the male reproductive system, and I told you all that testis serves as the site for production of sperms or the male gametes. Therefore we are just going to look through the structure that how does the production of the sperms takes place within the testis. So dealing with the diagram, this is the membrane of the outer membrane of the seminiferous tubules. This is germinal epithelium, or we can say that it is the spermatogonial cells, spermatogonium. Then this is primary spermatocytes. These are the Sertoli cells. This is the secondary spermatocytes. These are the spermatids, and these are the sperms or spermatozoans. So this is the magnified view of the TS of the testis. As I have told you all in my previous video, that the testis, it consists of a large number of the testicular lobules, that is 200 to 250 testicular lobules are present within each testis, and in turn these testicular lobules, they consist of seminiferous tubules, and within the seminiferous tubule, the lining of the seminiferous tubule, it is lined up with the spermatogonial cells or the spermatogonium, which are diploid in nature and which are basically said to be the germinal epithelial layer. This this layer then undergo mitosis. Mitosis means the equational division, as a result of which again diploid cells are produced, and the increment in the number of cells takes place, means the number of the diploid cells increases. Some of the cells from this second generation of the mitosis, they convert into primary spermatocytes, and some of them remain as Sertoli cells. So now what happens? The primary spermatocytes, they are going to undergo gametogenesis, and the Sertoli cells, some of the cells which have modified into the Sertoli cells, they are going to aid up in gametogenesis. So we are going to see how does this take place. The primary spermatocytes, as you all can see, which are present over here, this primary spermatocyte, it undergoes meiotic division. As we all know, meiosis is a reductional division, and here haploid cells are produced. These haploid cells are then said to be the secondary spermatocytes. So as we all know that meiosis takes place in two steps. So first meiotic division leads to the formation of secondary spermatocytes from the primary spermatocytes. Now what happens? From the secondary spermatocytes, again these secondary spermatocytes again undergoes meiotic division, that is the second divisional phase, and as a result of which again two equal haploid daughter cells are produced. Now what happens? From a single primary spermatocytes, four equal haploid daughter cells are produced, which are said to be the spermatids. These spermatids, after their formation, they embedded their heads into the Sertoli cells. As we all know that the Sertoli cells, they are basically the cells which are meant for providing nourishment or nutrition to the developing sperms. So these spermatids, they embedded their head in the Sertoli cells for getting the nutrition, so as the further development and maturation of sperms can take place. And after that what happens? The complete formation of the spermatozoon takes place, which lie in the lumen or in the central lumen or the cavity of the seminiferous tubules. So dealing up with the diagram, this is the outer membrane of the seminiferous tubule, this is the lining of the seminiferous tubule, which is lined by the spermatogonial cells or the spermatogonium. Then this spermatogonium undergoes mitotic division, which leads to the formation of diploid cells, which are said to be the primary spermatocytes. Some of them modify as Sertoli cells also, which are meant for providing nourishment to the developing sperms. Then these primary spermatocytes then undergoes meiosis to form the two haploid daughter cells, and these haploid daughter cells are then said to be the secondary spermatocytes. Then these secondary spermatocytes in turn again undergo second meiotic division, which results in the formation of the spermatids, and then these spermatids, they undergo spermiogenesis. Spermiogenesis is the procedure of the formation of the sperms. Then this after the complete formation of the sperms, then spermatozoans are formed, and these spermatozoans, they are found lying in the central lumen or the cavity of the seminiferous tubules. So this is all about the how the formation of this takes place. But as we all know that this event has occurred, but what initiates or what triggers up the formation of these Sertoli cells? As we all know that certain basically gametogenesis in human males, it starts after the age of puberty. Puberty is the age where the body of the males, human males, it starts developing reproductively. That is, it undergoes various physical and physiological events so that it becomes capable of reproduction. So what happens after the age of puberty? Various hormones like GnRH, as we all know, the full form is gonadotropin releasing hormone is released, which triggers the anterior pituitary. Then this anterior pituitary, it secretes two gonadotropins. Gonadotropins are nothing else but they are the sex hormones. Then these two gonadotropins are LH and FSH. LH is the luteinizing hormone, and FSH is the follicle stimulating hormone. So this luteinizing hormone, it acts on the primary spermatocytes so that the further event of spermatogenesis can take place. So we can say that it initiates spermatogenesis. And when we are talking about the follicle stimulating hormones, it acts on the basically it supports the process of spermiogenesis. So this is the hormonal control, or neural control. Not neural control, it is basically the hormonal control of spermatogenesis and spermiogenesis, that how spermatogenesis and spermiogenesis they are going to take place. Again I am going to repeat the process of spermiogenesis. Spermiogenesis is the process of the spermatids going to get modified into spermatozoons. Now in the next video we are going to talk about the structure of the male sperm as well as the flow chart of the spermatogenesis. Thank you.